first of all, what we have done is simply created a viewport to see the plan from model space. But we do not have it set to the correct scale yet. As a matter of fact, we don't have it set to any scale. What I'm going to do is right-click over any icon and open up my Viewports toolbar. I'm going to place that over here for a moment. And what I'm going to do next is grip the viewport and then go to the pull-down menu and select the correct scale. 1/2 inch equals a foot. When I click on it, my drawing appears at 1/2 inch. I'm going to take this and dock it down here. So as you can see, the kitchen plan is visible, but it appears that all of the dimensions are not coming in yet. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take the grips and start moving them around so that I can see my whole drawing. It's still 1/2 inch equals a foot. I am only changing the size of the viewport. I am not changing the scale. So this is 1/2 inch, and it appears that I have to do some modifications to my dimensions. First of all, I'm going to select model. Takes me back to model space. The dimensions here were not part of our drawing. I'm going to erase that. And I had wanted to put the text down here, but that's not going to be possible, so I'm going to move it to this location right there. I'm now going to pan the drawing down and zoom in to this area. And just like I had shown you the stretch command, we're going to do it again. This time we're going to stretch the dimensions down. So selecting stretch, typing C for crossing and enter. And I'm going to stretch them from here and then right click and take them down like so. And for this one, because it's only one dimension, I can use the grips and put it in place. Then I can pan my drawing, right click and zoom, and we'll do stretch again. Stretching, typing C for crossing, enter, and moving it. Now as you can see, my dimensions here don't seem to fit, so let me fix that. First of all, that one does appear okay. I'm going to leave it. The other one, I had moved it from its home location, so I'm going to select dimension and align text, select home, picking it and enter, places it where I want, and that should work out. Zoom previous, and now I take this dimension string and move it in. I'm going to zoom extents, and going back to my layout, now it's fitting much better, but it's not quite centered where I want it to be. So I'm going to go back to my floating model space. This time, instead of clicking on the model or paper space text, I'm going to double click in within the boundary of the viewport. When I double click, it makes the model space, the floating model space viewport active. The next thing I want to do is pan the drawing. Again, panning, not moving. Right click and exit. I want to go back to paper space now. So if I can double click to get to model space, I should be able to double click when I get to paper space. Notice how the cursor changes when I come out here to paper space. That's because I currently cannot draw in this space. So I double click, and now the cursor changes. As you can see, so does the UCS icon. And this is how we put the drawing together. The last thing I want to show you is from the pull down menu, I'm going to turn off the viewport layer. And clicking here, it indicates that the current layer is turned off. That's okay. And this is what the drawing will look like when it prints. Now we're going to print it at a scale of 1 to 1 because we are printing from paper space and the viewport is already set to the 1/2 inch scale.